top 1% to control the 99% of the people of this world. Because here's the deal. AI is being touted as being some grand scheme, some great powerful tool to be used to help bring ease to the people of, let's say, the United States. However, if you really look at it, AI is going to dumb down and drop the IQ of so many people. Because what's going to happen in 5-10 years? Every single person that would normally read a book to learn something is going to just simply go to their phone and go, hey, ChatGPT, tell me this. Or, hey, Gemini, tell me that. But the retention and the ability to use critical thinking or be able to think for oneself without using electronic items is going to be gone. So AI is a strategic tool to actually control the masses, because if you can control what people think, what people hear, and what people see, then you can control what they buy, where they live, what they do for a living, and what they see as being reality. And that's the truth. We're not going to be stepping into the matrix. We are in the matrix, because as AI develops and people start to rely on AI more than they do their own critical thinking, it becomes clear that if you can manipulate AI into giving answers in certain directions, then you are in fact going to absolutely dumb down the masses. Okay, we have seen religion used to control the masses in many times and points. In fact, there are many people who have said, if you can control a person's thoughts, what they say before dinner, after dinner, before bed, when they first wake up, they pray on this day, they pray on that day, they have to go here on Sunday, they have to do this, and that you start to control people's minds. Well, AI can easily be seen as the very next deity that people will start to follow blindly without thought or even question. Because why would AI ever steer us wrong? But the truth is that AI is an operating system designed by the top 1%. And the top 1% can easily skew a program to guide you in one direction or another. Just like a salesperson, I could come on here and sell something to you and go, this is the most amazing light you've ever seen. And the reason why it's amazing is because it charges the... I could go into and explain to you in detail why this is such an amazing product. However, it's really not. It's complete crap. So don't think this is an endorsement at all. The reality of it is that if you're able to get a salesperson to sell products online, like QVC and all of these things that your parents probably used to watch, then you can see that how AI could systematically skew and push people in a certain direction. So AI, although it's being perceived as being this mega amazing thing that's going to help make people's life easy and it's going to help generate millions of dollars for people, that's really BS, because the reality is that by taking away people's ability to critically think, by taking away people's resiliency to figure things out for themselves, you start creating crutches and people start relying on the basics of AI or computers or this, that, and the other. They start to become reliant. Like, let's just put an example. People wear glasses because their eyes began to fall and started to not be able to work properly. So they use glasses to be able to see better. Now, in that same premise, the eye muscles become weak because they're no longer forcing themselves to continue to strive and try to fight for what needs to be done. Just like working out. People work out their bodies to build muscle and to get fit and to be fit and be able to run and be able to jog and play even as they get older. However, when you see people who don't exercise, who don't eat right, who don't work out, who don't pick up weights and work out and build up their bodies atrophy. The mind is a muscle. The mind is one of the greatest computers ever created on this earth, whether it was God, Mother Nature, evolution, doesn't really matter. It's still the most magnificent computer that you've ever been able to see. In fact, our minds are exactly what people have tried to aspire to create artificially with AI. Now, with AI coming in and starting to do all of that thinking for you, and without you having to actually search down and look for the information and filter, process this, that, and the other, you're starting to lose some of those critical skills that you've relied on all your life. And that little gut feeling you have when someone's BSing you, if you start relying on AI all the time to give you the answer, can be manipulated, because we've already watched how the news is manipulated based on political clout. We've seen the Tangerine Twat Waffle vote and try to bring down newscasters or news groups or stations, or Jimmy Kimmel for that example, and try to tell people they can't say this, they can't say that. Oh, it's a treasonous act to question or criticize the president. So if you've got politicians trying to control the media right up front, now you've got AI coming in that's going to be brought in as being the savior. Everyone's got to rely on AI. AI is amazing. AI is going to help you. You know what? If you learn AI in 28 days, you can be a millionaire. You start relying on AI, well, now all of a sudden your muscle is no longer working. You're no longer using your brain the way it was intended, which is to compute, create, to try to figure, to solve problems. Because if you're just systematically just grabbing your phone, asking AI for the answer, and you're not actually doing the steps to find where all of the answers are, and if you're not learning not just the answer that's given to you, but looking at it from a 3D perspective and going, okay, so AI gave me this answer, but when I looked at this website or I read this book, I found a different answer that was comparative. That part of your brain starts to atrophy, and our brains are going to become mush, because if we're not engaged, if we're not trying to learn, if we're not trying to, overcome things, we become weak. The physical manifest of a body is a prime example. Muscles that are not used atrophy, they shrink. They break down. They lose their strength. They lose elasticity. That's why old people walk around like, because they haven't been exercising. They have lost their ability to actually use those muscles because they haven't been using them. And AI is going to do that to our brains, because instead of us going and trying to find answers and circumvent certain things, we start to trust that AI is going to give us the right answer. And if AI believes, or we believe in AI so much that we stop having critical thinking and we just assume that what AI is saying is true, then we are systematically going to have a problem where we are no longer capable of having the brain power that we once did. And the funny thing is that we used to see editorials, like, I know I'm old, I'm in my 40s, but the fact of the matter is I remember seeing editorials where they said, well, in the future, our brains are going to be really big and our bodies are going to be really small because we no longer require physical activity, and that our minds are what we use the most. And I think it's going to be opposite. I think we're going to be like Wall-E, or in the big fat people in the floaty chairs. I think we're going to be big, fat, round, whatever it is, with the smallest of brains, because we've stopped, or we've allowed AI or computers to do all of those computing things that we used to do. I mean, we no longer actually write things out. We just type it out. We don't, so no longer the connection with, hand cursive script, writing things out is no longer a part of our daily routines. So our handwriting skills are crap. We don't actually think about math anymore, because instead of actually going, oh, what's 6 times 6, or what's 6 times 3, or what's 6 times 6 plus 3, we actually just grab a calculator and do it that way. We don't even actually remember people's phone numbers anymore. We program the number in really quick, or they send us a ID card. We program it in, and we never think about it. Think about this for an example. Just imagine, for some weird reason, that ICE agents captured you right now. Do you know one phone number of a family member that you could call and say, hey, come pick me up, I'm in ICE detention center right now? No, you don't. Guaranteed. Because guess what? I don't remember anybody's phone numbers. I remember my home phone number from back when I was, 16, 17 years old. But I don't remember, I know, home phones, landlines, when they used to be like on the wall and you'd pick it up and wherever like that. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Literally, nobody remembers anybody's phone numbers anymore, because why would you have to? It's so simple. It's just right on the thing. But Again, this is a prime example of AI. AI is going to take all of these things and make life so easy for you that you're going to forget what to do. Do you realize that most millennials or Gen Alphas don't even know what a fax machine is? They have no idea how to use a fax machine. They're Gen Alpha. If you gave them a stick shift truck right now and said, hey, go drive this down the road, there's no way they're going to drive. They're going to look at the gear shifter going, what the hell is this? How do I get it into drive? They're not going to know what 5 gears are. They're not going to know what to do. Again, the technology is getting to the point where we're going to stop using our brains. We're going to stop using the critical thinking. We're going to stop thinking for ourselves, and we're just going to rely on getting spoon-fed answers. Because one thing is certain, in this country, the United States, for an example, every single individual takes the least path of resistance to success. If they can find a way to get where they need with using as little effort as possible, that's the way they're going to go. Rich people marry rich people. Hot people marry hot people. Hot people do not go to school to learn to be lawyers anymore because they know they can use their physical beauties to get the things that they want. So they've obviously taken the path of least resistance, and they're willing to go and do whatever it is they have to do, whether it's sleep with the tangerine, twat waffle, or sell their bodies or whatever it is on OF. And I'm not judging. That's what you want to do. Cool. But it doesn't change the fact that you're watching people trying to become successful, rich, or even gain power through the smallest amount of effort possible. And AI is going to feed into the masses, and AI is going to be packaged and sold to people as like, you know what? Instead of having to worry about all of these things, just let AI do it. We're already watching that AI can cut out a lot of the content creators. We know that AI can cut out a lot of the marketing. AI can cut out a lot of the bookkeeping, a lot of the basic skill things at lower level like computing and data entry. AI is going to be able to do all of that. So a lot of these jobs that you've watched be like online workers, data entry, and all of these, they're all going to evaporate because AI is taking that over. So if AI has the capabilities of doing all of that, and people are genuinely, to a certain degree, willing to take an answer that's easy to get than actually searching for it, then AI is going to do that for them. They're going to stop looking up books. They're going to stop reading. They're going to stop going on the internet. They're going to stop researching things, and they're just going to grab their AI tool, whatever which one it is, and they're going to ask for the answers. So now, where does that leave us? If all Americans or people in general in the world start relying on AI answers instead of actually doing the legwork themselves, then it becomes a situation of who's controlling AI? Because whoever controls the AI platform controls the information that's being given out and can control what you think, see, and hear. And that is why AI is going to be the most damaging tool to the human race ever. It's not because AI is going to like somehow create Skynet and take over everything. It's going to be because the top 1%, the people that actually control AI, are going to start to manipulate and control the information that AI gives to the masses. And that's what they're looking for. The people, the top 1%, want the 99% to be smart enough to go to work every day, but dumb enough not to ask the questions of why the hell am I going to work for you when I could do this myself? AI is not the keys to the kingdom. AI is just shackles that are being put onto us and being told it's the new way to actually get things done easier for people. Because everybody loves easy, everybody loves quick, and everybody's looking for instant gratification. And AI is fitting the bill complete. And the top 1% that are actually invested in this and are going to actually make money off of this, the people at the top of the pyramid, they are banking on the laziness of the people that are going to gobble this up, become beholden to AI and the fact that they no longer have to think for themselves or do any type of real research, and they're going to start feeding the masses the information that they want to feed to them. And I can tell right now, this live won't go anywhere. I know that maybe 1 or 2 people have stepped in, but this is something that we all should be talking about. AI is not a savior. It is the newfound crutch or handcuffs or indentured servitude of the masses. We are going to watch people getting dumber as AI continues to provide information that's going to be curtailed and critiqued by the top 1%. What do you think? Please leave a comment. Please share this with more people. I'd love to hear what you have to say.